Hey guys, right now I am cleaning wood / bark and cleaning dirt and cleaning leaves, but the stove's a mess. Anyway, my plan is, this is my brother's tank. Well, I bought it for like $10 and then I fixed it up. It had a crack in it. I replaced the glass from a different fish tank that I got for free that was also cracked. And this is supposed to be like this, by the way, but we're going to try to find something to go over that. But what I'm going to try to do is basically take wood like this and put it in the tank like this, and then put expanding foam all around it. So I'm just going to line the whole back, if not the sides as well. Maybe I'll come out to like the center of the sides or something. But I need to figure out how many pieces I need, and then I'm going to cook all those pieces. So I'm going to start the oven and start doing that, so there's nothing bad in the wood. And then I'm going to take this to my brother as I'm going to Florida. We'll meet him. He lives in North Carolina. He'll drive over. Anyway, unimportant. I also need to get the dirt so then I can do the expanding foam properly. So doing all three at once, most efficient way, I guess. Okay, so I cook the bark because most likely there's different worms and stuff that are living in there, like caterpillars, stuff like that, in all wood and bark and stuff like that. So I put it in the oven at, I think, 250 for about 30 minutes, and then I take it out. In the dirt, I put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes, then take it out. It's just topsoil mixed with mulch. And then for the leaves, I just boil them for a long time until I'm tired of it. You know, it keeps overflowing and stuff, and I keep stirring it. And then I take it out, and sometimes I do wood that way as well. Now, real quick, I'm doing my nets, since I already had this water here that I was boiling. These were a bunch of nets I got for free, and I had to clean off, and this was a good way to clean them off. And they were already soaked in bleach before this. After they were boiled, I dumped the water on them again. Okay, so I finished with the dirt, and now I'm going to mix it up. And then I have the bark in the oven while I just finished all the wood. And then I have 2 more pieces of big bark, and I might just go ahead and do that as well, because I don't know, I might just keep some. Like, I might just put all this in and then just keep that out for future projects. But now while I'm waiting for those and the leaves to dry, I'm going to sand these after mixing the dirt. So it's very possible that this might be the most amount of things that I've done at once. So I have this whole 40-gallon full of wood and bark. Then over here I have a tub of dirt. And then over here I have a bunch of leaves, but I still need to clean up my kitchen. So I'll be taking the tub downstairs, or both of these 2 things downstairs, and then I'm going to bag the leaves, and I'll take those downstairs as well. Now I'm going straight to the tank, and by the way, if you guys were wondering, I used 2 things of expanding foam with this method, and 1 and then a little bit of silicone for this, which is insane. I used way more on the 20-gallon terrarium that I did, which was a 20-gallon. And I got this really cheap at Menards, this expanding foam, and sorry I covered it up. I didn't really realize I did that till later. But I just I did the tank, and then I started shaving it all off. Now, this whole method was something that kind of derived from partly from Brian Barczyk, when he just used fake stuff and put it on the back, and also from way back when I thought of this as a aquarium design, but I never went through with it. I actually have a video about it on this channel, but way long time ago, like a year ago. So I'm just shaving everything off with the razor blade, or just my finger, which really hurts my fingers actually more than you would think it would. Like, it hurts your nail, but it still works. And there was some parts that were really hard to get to, but it ended up working out. And this was really cool because I did this whole thing by myself. Really, I didn't have any help, even with the caulking or the silicone, which normally isn't the case. Normally my dad helps me with that, but this time he didn't. Like, what I was talking about with being really hard is this thing right here, this log, this thing. I tried to make it look like an open log. It was really hard to get on the inside, and the way I get the expanding foam out once I'm done with it is I get most of it by dumping it, and then I get other parts by sweeping it out. Now I started on the silicone, which we already had one of these things, one of the silicone things, and then we had to go and get another one, which we only used a little bit of. Now I'm making sure I get all the dirt out after doing the little bit that I hadn't done yet, and I fixed a piece right there, which was really easy. Like, there was still a little bit of expanding foam showing. But again, I'm getting all the dirt out, like, as much as I can, except in that corner where I actually have stuff so you can plant it. So I'm cleaning off the tank now so I can send this to my brother. Actually, I sent this because this is his, like I said, his tank, and I wanted him to see it, and he really wanted to see it because he was pretty excited. But right there in the right corner, there's actually dirt there, and now I'm going to collect some, as you can see here. It goes all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to collect some plants from around my room, and then I will plant them. I'll end up planting a snake plant, a small ivy that I have, which I don't show in this video, and then the pothos plants as well. I will be planting pothos plants in here as well, and then I'm going to try to keep it so those start growing before I give it to them, because it's still going to be about a month before we'll meet up. So now I'm grabbing, sorry, I'm really running out of breath. This is so long. I haven't talked this like long before, but now I'll be grabbing the pothos plants, and now I'll be planting them. Now I plant a peace lily in the beginning right there, but I take it out when I'm watering it, which I water it forever. And it's actually really cool. At the bottom, there's actually holes that I didn't put intentionally, but they go straight into where he'll have a drainage layer. He uses those clay balls that you put in the bottom, and so he can just water it up there, and then it'll go through into his drainage layer. I think this won't have any yellow, I don't think. And then this one, I had no idea. Then I have an ivy plant, a different ivy that I just got. I don't really know what kind it is, but it should be fine for any animals that don't eat plants. And then this is a snake plant, which is really cool, and I like it. So it'll just stick out there just for a random bit of color. And this whole area is filled with dirt, and it has drains that I didn't even put in. But there's just areas down here that it'll leak out into the substrate, which will be really good. So you just water up here, and then it'll technically just water into your bottom layer. So you can water the whole terrarium just by watering this. It'll seep through. And then I watered way too much, and I didn't realize it was going to come out the bottom. So a little bit of a puddle here, but it's fine. I'll just leave it. But yeah, that should be good. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put them in the comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. About subscribing, you should subscribe, because I've been kind of into, I think there's a possibility that I'll be doing some more of these just for other people. Like, my brother was kind of just an excuse to do, which was pretty fun. I mean, obviously I wanted to do that for him, but it was also, I was trying out, you know, like a different method with the bark, and it turned out really awesome. So now I know, you know, how to do that, and that could be really cool. I might do one for my friend during the summer, possibly. He has a leopard gecko, and I'd like to try that out in like a leopard gecko cage, and I want to turn his leopard gecko like bioactive, like into a bioactive arid setup, like the channel leopard gecko. That she always has like kind of bioactive leopard gecko cages, and that's really cool. And then I also, the person that I recently met that was Shelled Reptiles, I could possibly be collabing with him and do a gecko cage for him, which would just be cool, because I noticed that he had a crested gecko, and I also have a crested gecko, and I would do a cool setup for his gecko, because I have all the stuff to do that, and it's fun. So again, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic day.